Hello, my dear student. Today will be the last lecture in our course Interchange 1, unit number 8, under the title of What's Your Neighborhood Like? What's Your Neighborhood Like? We will handle the new vocabulary like a barber shop, laundromat, library, stationery store, travel agency, grocery store, and theater. We should make matching between the column A and the column number 2. Here, barber shop is a place to get a haircut. Laundromat is a place to wash and dry clothes. Library, borrow box. Stationery store, buy cards and paper. Travel agency, make reservations for a trip. Make reservations for a trip. Grocery store, buy food. Theater, see a movie or a play. Again, barber shop, get a haircut. Laundromat, wash and dry clothes. Library, borrow box. Stationery store, buy cards and paper. Travel agency, make reservations for a trip. Grocery store, buy food. Theater, see a movie or a play. Stationery store, buy cards and paper. Travel agency, make reservations for a trip. Grocery store, buy food. Theater, to see a movie or play. You should differentiate between stationery store and library. Library for borrowing and lending books, but stationery store for buying cards and paper, pencils, and so on. You should also know that bookstore is for buying books. So we have three words. You should know the difference between them is stationery store, is library, and bookstore. Clothes store, drug store, pharmacy here, internet cafe, music store, and post office. We describe the place of something. We should say clothing store is a place where you find new fashion. Drug store is a place where you buy medicines. Internet cafe, it's a place where you can searching the internet or logging. Music store is a place where and you make the definition. I am your new neighbor. I am your new neighbor. It's a conversation between Jack and Mrs. Day. I am your new neighbor. Listen and practice. It's a conversation between Jack and Mrs. Day. Jack, excuse me, I am your new neighbor, Jack. I just moved in. Oh, yes. I'm looking for a grocery store. Are there any around here? Yes, there are some on Pine Street. Oh, good. And is there a laundromat near here? Well, I think there is one across from the shopping center. Thank you. By the way, there is a barber shop in the shopping center too. A barber shop. So here, conversation between Jack and Mrs. Day. He asking about some places because he's a new neighbor. He just moved in. So excuse me, I'm your new neighbor, Jack. I just moved in. Oh yes, I'm looking for a grocery store. Are there any around here? Yes, there are some on Pine Street. Oh, good. And is there a laundromat near here? Well, I think there is one across from the shopping center. Thank you. By the way, there is a barber shop in the shopping center too. A barber shop. If you note that most of conversation concerns about the use of prepositions, and there are one, any, and some. Is indicates for something singular. Something singular. Is there. There is. There indicates something singular. What makes or prove our talking that we have a laundromat near here. Is there a laundromat near here? Yes, there is one in order to avoid repetition. Across from, opposite to, the shopping center. So there is one across from the shopping. No, there isn't, but there is one next to the library. So you should know the use of one here instead of repetition. Laundromat, you will feel boring. There is one across from the shopping center. There is one next to the library. Are there, it's an indication for plural. Are there any grocery stores around here? And you should note that any is used in negation and in questions. And the any also used for singular and plural. Are there any grocery stores? In the word stores here, it means any for plural. And are there, prove what we said. Are there any grocery stores around here? Yes, there are. There are some nice stores on Pine Street. No, they aren't, but there are some on 3rd Avenue. No, there aren't any around here. So some here instead of grocery stores. Some indication for plural, one indication for singular. Okay, and as we said that any could come in questions and in negation. Prepositions on, next to, near, close to, across from, opposite, in front of, in back of, behind, between, and on the corner. You should be aware of these prepositions in order to know how to make a description of any place you want to describe. Bank, gas station, gym, laundromat, post office, department store, grocery store, hotels, payphone, and restaurants. These are the new vocabulary beside the previous one we took at the beginning of our session. You should keep them by heart. Also, bookstore, coffee shops, dance club, drug stores, gym, an internet cafe, karaoke bar, library, movie theaters, music store, park, and restaurant. Snapshot, it's about the common complaint, the common problem here about the neighbors. What are the expected complaint about neighbors? These are common complaints, like noise. My neighbor's dog barks all night. My neighbor always has loud parties, so they make noise. This is one kind of problems, animal problems. My neighbor's cats go everywhere. My neighbor has 6 dogs, it's a zoo. Privacy. The kids next door always play in my yard. The neighbor visits every day. It's too much. It's too much. Cleanliness. My neighbor has a garbage in his front yard. As you say, garbage in his front yard. My neighbor never cuts the grass, so the grass disturbs the neighbors. Also, the garbage disturbs the neighbors. The second part of our session conversation under the title of It's Pretty Safe. It's pretty safe. How do you like your new apartment? How do you like? It's present simple tense. How do you like your new apartment? I love it. It's downtown and it's very convenient. It's convenient means appropriate. It's suitable. Downtown. Is there much noise? Is there much noise? Oh no, there isn't any. I live on the 5th floor. How many restaurants are there near your place? A lot. In fact, there is an excellent Korean place just around the corner. What about parking? Well, there aren't many parking garages, but I usually find a place on the street. Is there much crime? No, it's pretty safe. Hold on, that's my car alarm. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. Again, how do you like your new apartment? I love it. It's downtown. It's very convenient. Downtown. Is there much noise? Please note, is there much noise? Is there much noise? No, there isn't any. I live on the 5th floor. How many restaurants are? What about parking? There aren't many parking garages. Is there much crime? No, it's pretty safe. From this conversation, you should know the countable and uncountable nouns. The word like noise, it's uncountable. It should take much, and we treat it as a singular. It takes is. Is there much noise? Okay, the word garage are plural here. So the question, how many garages? How many? We can count it. How many restaurants? Okay, is there much crime? Crime is uncountable, so it takes much, and we treat it as a singular word. We treat it as a singular word. Let's show this in our focus grammar for our session today. Quantifiers, how many and how much. How much for uncountable, how many for countable words. Okay, count noun. Are there many restaurants? Many for countable. Many for countable. And restaurants here has S because we can count 1 restaurant, 2 restaurants, 3 restaurants, and so on. So are there many? Not much. Restaurant? Yes, there are a lot. A lot comes with countable and uncountable. If there are few, yes, there are a few. So few comes with little, but with few numbers here. Okay, with countable nouns. There aren't many. There aren't any. There are none. As for non-count nouns, is there much crime? As I said to you, that crime takes much because it's uncountable and it reads as singular. Yes, there is a lot. No, yes, there is a little. So little comes with non-countable, uncountable, and a few comes with countable. You should pay attention to this point. No, there isn't any. No, there isn't much, and there is none. So a lot is common between the two, countable and uncountable. A few with countable and a little with uncountable. Many with countable and much with uncountable. Any is shared between them with countable and uncountable, and also none. If we ask about the countable, how many restaurants are there? There are 10 or 12. How much crime is there? There is a lot of street crime. How much? To ask about the quantity. It's uncountable. Also cafes, here is a countable word. We can ask how many cafes. Crime is uncountable. We can say how much crime is there. Parks is countable. We know that from the S added to here. How many parks are there? Pollution is uncountable. How much pollution is there? Public transportation is uncountable. So how much public transportation is there? Schools is countable, so we can ask how many schools are there. Traffic lights is countable. We can ask how many traffic lights are there. We can also, are there many apartment buildings? Yes, there are. How much traffic is there? How much traffic is there? How many dance clubs are there? Is there much noise? Are there many payphones? Is there much pollution? How many swimming pools are there? Is there much parking? So these questions shows you the difference between the countable and the uncountable and how we make questions with both of them. Now we move to our reading, The World in One Neighborhood. Scan the article, then you check through the countries that are not mentioned in the paragraph. We have Brazil, we have China, India, Japan, Pakistan, Romania, Thailand. Number 1, the sidewalks are crowded with Indian women. The sidewalks are crowded with Indian women in colorful traditional dress. A woman on the corner is selling Chinese cakes. A new song from a Romanian band is playing in a restaurant. Is it India, China, Romania? No, it's Astoria, a neighborhood in Queens, New York City. So here you should note the sidewalks are crowded with Indian women. They are Indian. A woman in the corner is selling Chinese cake. The song from a Romanian band. So, is it India, China, Romania? No, it's Astoria. It's a different from all of them. A neighborhood in Queens, it's a city in New York City. Astoria, it's a region in New York. Astoria was once a mostly Greek neighborhood, but the area is changing fast. New residents from India, Pakistan, Thailand, China, and all over the United States are moving in. The new resident bring many traditions. The new resident bring many traditions. These traditions blend together, join together to make Astoria truly multicultural. When people are surrounded by different cultures, they adopt the things that they like. Says one resident here in Astoria. It isn't surprising that an Indian woman buys Mexican tortillas from a Korean grocery store. It's one of the things that makes the neighborhood special. The residents say here in Astoria, it's not surprising that an Indian woman buys Mexican tortillas from a Korean grocery store. It's one of the things that makes the neighborhood special. Number 3, it isn't surprising that Astoria is becoming a very popular place to live. The rents are reasonable, the neighborhood is safe, and it has very public transportation. There are inexpensive stores, many nice restaurants, and good fresh food and vegetable markets. And Astoria is a comfortable place to live. Apartments are usually big and roomy. As one long-time resident says, why live anywhere else? Astoria has it all. Astoria has it all. Again, this paragraph, it's not surprising that Astoria is becoming a very popular place to live. The rents are reasonable, not very expensive and not very cheap. The neighborhood is safe. It has very good public transportation. There are inexpensive stores, many nice restaurants, and good fresh fruit and vegetable markets. And Astoria is a comfortable place to live. Apartments are usually big and roomy. As one long-time resident says, why live anywhere else? Astoria has it all. Okay, our dear student, we will stop here, and now we can say that we finish our course from level number 4 till level number 6. See you in level 7 soon. Goodbye and good luck.